Hey kiddos, let us begin today's class with a short story. Raju and 5 of his friends had planned to go for a picnic. On the day of picnic, Raju's friends were really excited and they had prepared all sorts of dishes. But Raju was worried because of the dark sky. His father advised him to watch weather report on news channel, and after watching the weather report, Raju was relieved because the weather report predicted that there would be no rain on that day. So do you, your family or your friends check weather report before planning any activity? Or sometimes when the sky is cloudy, do your parents insist you to carry an umbrella before going to school? So weather has a profound effect on our day-to-day activities. Profound means great, okay, because we plan our activities according to weather. We wear clothes according to weather. We eat food, even we eat food according to weather. So in this lesson we shall study more about weather and climate. So today we'll start a new chapter, that is weather, climate and adaptations of animal to climate. Now, from where do we get information about weather? We get information about weather from weather reports on televisions, radios and from newspapers. Have you seen any weather report in a newspaper? Okay, I'll show you one. So this is a weather report, okay, that this kind of weather report is published in the newspaper. Okay, now look at this weather report carefully and try to find out what information does this weather report give. Okay? Can you find out what information is given by this weather report? You can see that MAX is written, that is maximum temperature, minimum temperature. So weather gives us information about temperature. It also gives information about sunrise, sunset, moonrise, moonset, whether there will be fog, whether the day will be cloudy, whether the day will be sunny. It even gives information about humidity. Okay, so a weather report basically gives us 4 information. That is, it gives us information on temperature, on wind speed, rainfall and humidity. These four information or these 4 things is known as elements of a weather. Okay, so what are the elements of a weather? The elements of a weather are elements of weather. So there are 4 elements of weather. That is, first is temperature, okay, then comes rainfall, then comes humidity, then comes wind speed. Okay, so these are the 4 elements of a weather. Now let us discuss about these elements. Let us study about these elements one by one. Okay, first let us study about temperature. Okay, let us study about temperature. So first element of a weather is temperature. Now we've already studied about a temperature in chapter 4, that is heat. So temperature actually tells us how hot or cold a place is. Okay, it gives us information whether the particular place is hot or whether it is cold. Okay, and if you look at this weather report, the word max and minimum was seen. That is the maximum and minimum temperature. So what do we mean by maximum and minimum temperature? So let us define it. The highest temperature, okay, the highest temperature recorded in a day, okay, recorded in a day is the maximum temperature and maximum temperature while the lowest temperature, okay, while the lowest temperature recorded in a day is minimum temperature. Therefore, maximum and minimum temperature are recorded every day. Alright, so maximum and minimum temperature are recorded every day. Now in chapter 4 we studied that temperature is measured by a device that is known as thermometer, and there are different kinds of thermometer for measuring temperature of different objects. For instance, to measure the human body temperature we use clinical thermometer. Similarly, to measure a temperature of hot milk or let us say hot water, we use laboratory thermometer. And to measure the maximum and minimum temperature, we use a special thermometer that is known as maximum and minimum thermometer, to measure maximum and minimum temperature in a day. Okay, to measure maximum and minimum temperature of a day, a special thermometer is used that is known as maximum and minimum thermometer. So maximum and minimum thermometer is used. So can you guess when is maximum temperature measured in a day or when is minimum temperature measured in a day? Maximum temperature भनेको जब चाहिँ पुरा गरम हुन्छ त्यति बेला चाहिँ maximum temperature हुन्छ नि त. So usually in a day when is it very hot or when it is hot? In a day it is hot during the afternoon. So the maximum temperature is recorded in the afternoon. Okay, the maximum temperature is recorded in the afternoon. जब दिउँसो एकदमै गरम हुन्छ त्यति बेला चाहिँ maximum temperature record गरिन्छ. And the minimum temperature is recorded in the early morning, generally in the early morning. बिहानै अलिक चिसो हुन्छ त्यति बेला चाहिँ minimum temperature is measured. Now the maximum and minimum thermometer looks like this. हेर्नुस् यस्तो हुन्छ maximum र minimum thermometer. यसले चाहिँ नाप्छ day को minimum and maximum temperature. Okay, MIN means minimum, MAX means maximum temperature. Okay, so this is how temperature is measured, and temperature is the element of weather. Alright, now let us move on to another element of weather, that is rainfall. Okay, rainfall. Okay, second element is rainfall. So rainfall, it is the quantity of rain. It is the quantity of rain falling at a place. Okay, quantity कतिको पानी पर्छ एउटा जग्गामा, that is the rainfall. Okay, it is measured in millimeters. केमा नाप्छ? Millimeters मा नाप्छ. Okay, mm. by an instrument. Okay, rainfall नाप्ने जसरी टेम्परेचर नाप्ने थर्मोमिटर हुन्छ त्यसरी रेनफल मेजर गर्ने इन्स्ट्रुमेन्ट हुन्छ called rain gauge. Okay, it is measured by an instrument called rain gauge. Okay, now what is rain gauge? A rain gauge is basically a measuring cylinder. Basically a measuring cylinder fitted with a funnel. Funnel भनेको हामी काग भन्छ नेपालीमा है. Fitted with a funnel on top to collect rainwater. Okay, so let me draw a rough diagram of rain gauge. What does it look like? I'll just show you with the help of a diagram. Okay. Okay, this is what a rain gauge looks like. Okay. Okay, so this is the measuring cylinder and it has gradations on it. So rain will fall on this rain gauge, then it will fall into this funnel. This is the funnel. Alright, this is the measuring cylinder. And this is the overflow cylinder. Whatever rain overflows, that is collected in the cylinder. So rain gauge looks like this. So here markings are present. So in that way rainwater is collected through the funnel. It moves to the measuring cylinder and that is how rainfall is measured. Okay, so this is the second element of weather. Now let us move on to the third element, that is humidity. Okay, third element of a weather is humidity. Humidity. Now, humidity, it refers to the moisture. Okay, it refers to the moisture or the water vapor. Bafai, water vapor present in air. Okay, when the air is dry, we say that humidity is less. Okay, when the air is heavy and moist, especially on a rainy day, we say that humidity is more. Okay, cloudy tha, rain tha bhane chai that time humidity is more because the air is heavy and moist, full of water vapor. Moist bhaneko full of water vapor. All right, now let us move on to the fourth element of weather, that is wind speed. Okay, wind speed. अब नामबाटै थाहा भयो नि wind speed भनेको के होला? It is the speed of the wind. It is the speed of the wind. हावाको speed कतिको छ? That is whether the wind is fast or slow. Whether the wind is fast or slow. Usually the wind is slow, but during storms and cyclones, okay, during storms, तुफानहरु आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ के हुन्छ? The wind speed is very high. Okay, the wind speed is very high. So these are the elements of weather. So when we describe a weather, okay, when we want to describe the weather of a place, we use certain words, okay, to describe weather of a place. To describe weather, we use certain words like cold. है चिसो जाडो छ भने कोल्ड भन्छ, अलिकति ठिकठिकैको जाडो छ भने कूल भन्छ है, हट एकदमै गरम छ भने हट, तातो तातो छ भने वार्म है। जब वाटर वेपर पुरा बेसी प्रेजेन्ट छ हावामा भने that we call it humid, we call the weather humid, or we also use the word stormy, पुरा हावा हुरी बतास चलिरहेको छ भने stormy, we call it stormy, or if there is no wind, right, we say it is calm weather, okay, or we also use the word rainy, if it is raining then rainy, बादल लागेको छ भने cloudy, घाम लागेको छ भने sunny, okay, so we use such words, okay, so these are the different words or words that we use to describe weather. We even use the word windy, हावा अलिक चल्दैछ भने चाहिँ हुरी बतास पुरा बेसी आयो भने चाहिँ stormy, हल्का हावा चल्दैछ भने चाहिँ that is windy. All right, so these are the words that we use to describe the weather of a place. So whenever you have to describe weather of a place, you can use any of these words or one or two words. Okay, now let us now move on to weather. We understood what are the elements of weather. Now let us understand what exactly is weather. Okay, so let us understand weather. So let us first define weather. From the definition we'll understand what is weather. Okay, weather भनेको के रहेछ, त्यसको definition के रहेछ? The day to day condition of the atmosphere at a place, एउटा जग्गाको atmosphere को daily को condition है, with respect to temperature, rainfall, humidity, wind speed, etc. is called weather of that place. Okay, is called weather of that place. And weather does not remain the same every day. कहिले पनि एउटै हुँदैन weather. आज घाम लाग्यो भने भोलि पनि घाम लाग्छ भन्ने जरुरी हुँदैन. भोलि पानी पर्नु सक्छ या त हावा हुरी बतास आउनु सक्छ. Okay, so the weather does not remain the same every day. In fact, it can change even in one day also. एक दिनमा पनि change हुन सक्छ. For example, a heavy rainfall may vanish within a matter of minutes and then give way to bright sunshine. कोही बेला हुन्छ नि है, हेभी पानी पर्दै गरेको हुन्छ बिहान भने एकछिनबाट त्यो पानी हराएर एकदम मज्जाले घाम लाग्छ. Okay, so weather, it does not remain the same every day, it changes. Okay, so we can say that weather changes frequently. So we can say that weather changes frequently. Frequently भनेको घरिघरि, again and again. The weather changes again and again. Okay, now what causes changes in weather भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ a change in any one of the factors. कुनै पनि एउटा factors मा change आयो भने weather मा पनि change आउँछ, such as sun's heat, है, sunबाट एकदमै कडा heat आयो भने that time the weather will be hot, हैन त. So sun's heat, or there will be change in pressure, wind को pressure मा change आयो भने, या त if there is a change in humidity, okay, in humidity, in geography, or the altitude, and altitude भनेको height, है, altitude can cause a change in weather. So if there is a change in any one of these factors, then the weather will change. Alright? So the weather reports that we see in televisions or even in newspapers, that is actually prepared by a department. That department is known as meteorological department, and that is under the government. Okay, meteorological department of the government. And the people and the scientists who work there, they are known as meteorologists. So these meteorologists, they actually collect information on temperature, they collect information on rainfall, humidity, wind speed, etc. And then they release the weather reports in which they predict the weather. Alright? So this is how weather reports are prepared. It is prepared by the meteorological department of the government. Alright? So let us wind up today's class.